sometimes with you, but I don't need somebody new to me. Hey, what's up guys, Deco here, and thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title of this video, I will be doing a get to know me tag, but I thought, you know, it would be cool to do a little twist on things. I have my sewing machine, and what I will be attempting to do is to sew this dress that I saw on Pinterest. So yeah, I'm going to be sewing this dress while answering some questions in the hopes of you getting to know me and maybe possibly learning how to make this dress, kinda, not really, but okay. Thank you guys again for tuning into the video. If this is something that you'd like to see and to get to know me a little bit more, carry on watching. Don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe if you are with the content, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. So before I get into the questions, I just want to show you the fabric that I'm going to be using. I got it in the traditional section of a fabric store. As soon as I saw this, I fell in love. I thought it was very pretty. I've already cut my material, so let's get right into it. Where did you grow up? Born in Joburg. I was raised in Joburg. I'm a city girl. I did everything in Joburg. I did move to Cape Town though to study. So I was in Cape Town for 2 years, but then because of difficulty paying my fees, I had to move back home. I wasn't excluded, financially excluded, because this was in the wake of fees must fall protests. So they had made provision for students to register even if they have outstanding debts. But my fear was, I don't even know how I'm going to pay off that outstanding debt, and now I have to register for another year of debt. So I just chose to move back home. Fortunately, and thank God, things worked out in the end. I did get a sponsor, and yeah, moved back to Cape Town, finished my degree, moved back to Joburg, and now I'm back in Cape Town. So yeah. Oh no! And this is what happens when I don't focus when I'm sewing. I guess this will tie into one of my next questions. When did you start sewing? It must have been 2018. I'm lying. I started sewing in 2017. So how it started, right? This is in the middle of exams, final exams, 2017. I was just so over academics. I was so tired, and you know, the protests were really getting to me, and you know, I really just wasn't at a good place, and I needed an out. I needed something else that I could do, which probably wasn't a good idea because I had to study. But I just needed something, man, you know, to take away from the stresses that I was dealing with. And 2 days before one of my finals in one of my majors, I went to a fabric store and I bought myself some leather and I made myself a bag. Mind you, I didn't have a sewing machine at the time, so that bag took me, it took me like 11 hours to make it. And this is before a final that I basically had not prepared for at all, but I'm out here making bags as though I know what I'm doing, like, girl. But yeah, that's basically when it started. I have never been to a class. I have never had anyone show me how to operate a sewing machine. Literally everything that I learned was through online videos, tutorials, a lot of YouTube, and a lot of research as well. So there was a lot of that, but I've never had someone show me how to sew. That's basically how all of this began. What is your favorite drink? When I go out or when someone asks me what do you want to drink, I'm always like, can I have water? And for some people it's like, look, we have juice, we have cool drink like sis. No, I want water. That's what I want. Give me water. And really it's because I don't really like sweet stuff that much, especially like juices, and I'm not really a fan. Tea or coffee? Coffee for sure. Like, I take coffee over tea any day. I really don't understand tea. For me, tea tastes like it wants to be something, but it's not quite there yet. Whenever I drink tea, I feel like I might as well could just be drinking boiled water, which, you know, like I said, is not an issue for me because I love water. But I like coffee just because it's strong, and that's why I like to stay away from coffee, because it is strong. but definitely coffee over tea. What sewing machine do I use? I use a Singer, as you can see. It's a Singer Stylist. I don't know what the make or the model is. I bought this one on Amazon, so this is actually supposed to be used in American households. So when it came, it actually has the American plug. I went and bought I think it's called an adapter. So I got that, and when I plugged my beautiful sewing machine in for the first time, something exploded and there went my sewing machine. I broke it, it wouldn't switch on. And I later learned that I blew something on the motherboard, and that's because the voltages in here are meant for American households and not for South African households. Luckily, the motherboard got fixed, and from then on I was just very careful with the sewing machine. But what I had to get was a transformer, and what a transformer does is basically I had to get something in the middle to connect America's plugs with South Africa's plugs and convert the electricity properly. So yeah, that's my baby. I'm trying to think about what I am doing because I am not too sure. How tall am I? I'm 1.75 meters tall. I've been tall all my life. I was taller than both my parents by the time I got to grade 4. So growing up, it wasn't the best because I was always made fun of for being that tall. Actually, for a lot of my primary school life, I even used to pray for this sometimes, guys. Like, it was that bad. I used to pray for God to make me short, just to be a shorthand, just to be, not a shorthand, but just to be, you know, average like other people, you know? Yeah, I used to get teased a lot, especially in primary school. There was this one boy, all he did was tease me and make my life a living hell, and I hated it. But hey, I love my height now. I wouldn't trade it for anything. What did I study? I studied a BSc in Statistics and Economics. Applied statistics, that is, because the pure statistics is not a joke. It is not cute. I just feel like in varsity I really wasn't in a good headspace, and I remember after I had made a change in my degree, someone called me just to tell me that I've messed up my entire life. And I think it was at that moment that I decided that, you know what, I just want to finish school because this place really, I'm not enjoying it, I'm not liking it, and I'm just like, my head isn't in the place where it has to be. Varsity, like, everything is bright, but everything is breaking apart at the same time. That was varsity for me. It was very bittersweet. And after varsity, I spent a year unemployed, looking for work but not finding anything. And I mean, it's very disheartening because I started doubting myself. You know, am I actually as good as I thought I was? Do I really have a technical side like I claim I do? Just a lot of questions like that. I guess it's just, I was about to say it's one of those things, but honestly it shouldn't even be one of those things. I just feel like even if people don't have the opportunity to go to school, that shouldn't mean that they placed at a disadvantage, because I myself at some point couldn't finish because of fees. So what does that mean for someone who couldn't get the opportunity to go to school just because of a lack of funding? But anyway, I am currently working as a data scientist in training, and boy, when I tell you, I love it. I love it. I love being in the space. That's just my 2 cents on that. What do I dislike the most about sewing? I don't like cutting patterns at all, but it is the most important part in terms of measuring the size, how you want the final piece to look, and even just for clean finishes. But it definitely is my least favorite thing to do. So I have decided that I'm going to finish my dress off camera, simply because the light is disappearing. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this get to know me tag. Those were just a few, I guess, story times along the way as well. Some of my thoughts, my opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please do let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, stay safe, stay warm, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.